The 13 on Your Side Weather Deck is sponsored by Montel Construction, your home team.
Well, welcome back and thanks for joining us this Sunday morning on 13 on Your Side. Temperatures starting out in the 20s right now, and this is where we'll be staying throughout the rest of the day. For the most part, what you see is what you get. We're only going to be topping out in the mid to upper 20s, not too far off from yesterday. That's why 13 weather ball is green. No change foreseen to our temperatures as we're heading into this afternoon. This view sponsored by LaFontaine Lincoln of Grand Rapids. Here's where we're headed in terms of those temperatures. Only going to be topping out close to 30 degrees for some areas, even some upper 20s the further north that you travel. Not much of a breeze throughout the day, but look at what happens overnight. We do start to see our winds picking up a little bit. That's going to be as snow is moving in. We're seeing the chance for some snow showers and possibly even a little bit of freezing drizzle. So here's what we've got on the way. Around 8 p.m. is when we start to see some of those snow showers making their way into the region. Even the possibility, though, for a bit of that freezing drizzle, especially out along the lakeshore as we're getting past midnight. Now, getting into the overnight hours, early tomorrow morning, things are clearing out pretty quickly. Already by about 3 a.m., most of us are in the clear, but we do have the chance for still a little bit of lingering freezing rain to try to pick up after that throughout the late morning hours for our Monday. For the most part, shouldn't be seeing too much of an impact to the morning commute, but any amount of icing does make things a lot trickier out on roadways. In terms of snowfall, not expecting a lot of it. I would say between 1 to 2 inches possible up along US 10. The further south that you travel, though, amounts just get more and more meager. We're only going to be expecting some trace amounts around I-96. Going a bit further north, you could see right around an inch, once again up to that 2-inch mark as you're approaching US 10, and more snow expected up into northern Michigan. But much of West Michigan not going to be dealing with much of that snowfall. Here's what we've got, though, in terms of icing. We still have the possibility for a bit of freezing drizzle during the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning. Not a lot that we would be looking at. It would be a very light glaze, but any amount of ice can make things a little bit rougher out on roadways. So that's something that we want you to keep in mind as you're heading out for the Monday morning commute. Now, here's what we're looking at these next couple of days. Mostly cloudy today, snow moving in overnight, a possibility for a bit of freezing drizzle as well. Early morning snow for Monday, but already in the clear pretty quickly, and then by the time we hit the afternoon, mostly cloudy with temperatures in the mid-30s. Beyond that, upper 30s into Tuesday, looking at some rainfall, but likely some mixing that we'll also be seeing too, especially in the morning, but for some that could be lasting throughout much of the day. 7 a.m. Tuesday, starting to see some of that wintry mix making its way into northern Michigan. More development into the afternoon. Around and south of Grand Rapids, likely to be seeing mostly rain as temperatures are getting into the upper 30s. But further north, you could end up with that wintry mix holding strong throughout the afternoon, possibly even some snow showers up into northern Michigan. Beyond that, it clears out pretty quickly into our Tuesday evening, and by the time we're heading into Wednesday, still looking to be on the drier side of things, just with the clouds sticking around. Now, during this time frame, we are looking at warming temperatures, 38 degrees for Tuesday, which is why it does look like we're likely going to be seeing predominantly rain throughout the afternoon for areas near and south of Grand Rapids. Still upper 30s by Wednesday, rising into the lower 40s by Thursday, and staying warm throughout the end of the week. As far as what we can expect for today, though, still a chilly one ahead of us, close to 30 degrees along the lakeshore with the clouds holding strong throughout the day. Northern zone, possibly a few peaks of sunshine further inland. Temps in the upper 20s, also seeing the upper 20s for our southern zone this afternoon. Your 13 on Your Side, 7-day forecast. Temperatures are trending warmer as we head throughout much of this week ahead. 40 degrees into the 40s at least Thursday and Friday with rain chances by the end of the week.